Hello and welcome to Witch Moon Magical Arts. My name is Lisa. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Gemini for the month of September. I like to begin by doing a blessing, clearing out the space to do our reading. Now I call upon the God and Goddess to be with us today. Bless us with thy presence. I call upon our ancestors, spirit guides, dwellers in the invisible realms. Be with us and guide us. Blessed be. So like I said, we'll be doing a reading for Gemini in September. Let's get our card shuffled. Let's see what messages we can get for Gemini in September. Gemini in September. Gemini in September. Gemini in September. Okay. I like to lay the cards out and then go through them with you. So our first card, Four of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Knight of Wands. Five of Wands. Seven of Wands. Got a pattern here. The Moon. Wheel of Fortune. Judgment. Ace of Cups. And the Emperor. Okay, you've got a few major arcana in this reading, and the major arcana represent different steps along a karmic journey. The tarot is called the Journey of the Fool. The Fool goes through all of these different steps toward completing a cycle. So your first card you've got here, Four of Pentacles. There's worry and fear about money, the loss of money. You may have already lost some money, or just afraid there's not going to be enough money. Pentacles represent abundance and finances and prosperity. So there's some fear around that, and it's so fearful that you've more or less imprisoned yourself in this room with no way out. You've barred the door, you've locked the door so no one can get in and take your money. But it's this great fear you have that is holding you back and holding you hostage. And it's based on, well, how to get out of that is a decision that needs to be made. You've got the Two of Wands. Wands are about passion, about creativity, fire, inner strength, that kind of thing. And whenever you have two, like he's got two torches here, that represents a decision that has to be made. And it has to be made regarding following your passions, following that brings you inspiration and that fiery drive that you have inside. He's also holding the globe in his hand, and that represents he's got the world at his fingertips. He can choose whatever he wants. He has the ability to choose the right thing that is going to help him get through this fear of loss of money. Now, these cards around you kind of influence that situation tremendously. This upper card is the Knight of Wands. Again, Wands is about passion and creativity, about all that fiery, passionate energy you have within. And the Knight is very fast moving. Knights are a fast moving card, and they're going in a direction. They're not quite as masterful as a king. So he's just learning how to use his skills. And he's got this dragon back here that represents a little bit of risk that's involved. And so whatever endeavor you're going through right now, there is risk involved. But you've got the passion to do it. You've got the creativity and inner strength to move you forward through that. And in this position, it kind of influences the whole reading. I like to see it as like a shower from above that flows down on the rest of the reading. So that, and it's a very conscious energy. You're very conscious that you're moving in a new direction that is kind of risky at the moment. And that's, maybe part of this, need to make a decision because there is risk involved at the same time. Now you've got this other wand below, the Five of Wands. Now this one is all about working with a group of people who are not getting along. They are talking at each other, but not to each other. They're arguing with each other. No one's listening to one another. So fives can be a very disruptive number. And this one in particular, because you're just not getting along. You're not being heard, and then the other people aren't being heard. And this is kind of going on in the unconscious. You may not be fully aware that this is happening, but it is. And being in this position, I also call it the root, because it's like an innate energy that we have within us. It's from our root chakra, and that it's something that is coming out that needs to be healed. And so learning to work well with others is going to be key in this. Maybe already you're in a situation with a group of people that you're not getting along with, and people aren't being able to accomplish anything because they're all arguing and not listening. And this kind of shows the same thing. The Seven of Wands. This is she's being challenged by all of these other people, but she's taking the high ground. She's being honorable, standing up for herself. But it's difficult because you've got this whole other group of people who are, all fighting. They're all fighting against you in this one. And so it's all about taking the high ground, being honorable, standing up for yourself. And this is something that you're just coming out of. Maybe it's something you're at the tail end of experiencing, having to defend yourself against others. Now you're coming into another major arcana card, and or the first one so far. The first one we've run into, and this is the moon. And this is something that is coming up in the near future. And the moon is all about illusionary aspects, not necessarily seeing things as they are, but as you'd like them to be, perhaps. Or it's just all about illusion, and just being very careful to stay on this path. There's a water here and a pathway leading through the trees, and it's important to stay on that path and not be distracted by different things around you, because they may or may not be real. They may or may not be able to help you. So it's just best to keep on the path, keep on the straight and narrow, basically, and not be influenced by things that you see, because they may not be as they appear to be. Now this next card, another major arcana, is the Wheel of Fortune. This is how you see yourself, and this has a lot to do with this Two of Wands and decision making. And you know, the fact that he's got the world in his hands, this represents the same thing. The Wheel of Fortune is choices abound in your life right now. You can go anywhere you want. You can do whatever you want. But it's a matter, I think it's a matter of letting go of the fear of losing money and learning how to stand up for yourself and not get into these situations with people that are just not meant to be working together. Maybe that's it. But yeah, you have all of these options available to you, and you're very aware of that. And that can be fearful too. If you have too many options, you can be fearful at the same time. Now this next card, Judgment, in other decks, it depicts the angel Gabriel blowing his horn and then rising people from their crypts to find their next life. In this card, what it's representing is that joy that is found once you've risen, once you've got that knowledge of peace and bliss. You can move forward in this blissful future. And this is how other people are seeing you right now, having the ability to just move through these turbulent times and be joyful about it. Be joyful about your future. So it's funny, there's a lot of underlying kind of fear and argumentative energy and fighting with other people, but there's also this energy of opportunity and bliss in your life. And this is another one. You've got an Ace of Cups. Now the aces are all gifts from the universe. This is the gift of unconditional love. And this is the one that is going to be fill you up, and then you can fill others up around you. It's the ability to be in touch with the authentic emotions that you have and be able to express those and bring those forward to other people. And then this final card is the Emperor. Now he is, you know, like the card says, the emperor of his domain. He has created this stable, it's about stability and prosperousness, but in the same time he is very generous. He rules this land, but he does it in a generous way. So it's a true masculine card where he's able to have that all that masculine energy, all that stability and forcefulness when needed, but he's very generous and balanced at the same time. So it's like you're looking for a stable future, one that encompasses prosperity and abundance and generosity and the ability to create what you want. This map in front of him, or the writings in front of him, represent plans that he's making that he can bring about into fruition. He has the capability of doing that. Now, I like to look at the bottom card, and we've got another major arcana. We've got the Devil. Now, this represents temptation and choices to be made. And these are really important choices toward your karmic destiny. The devil often or also represents that which bedevils us. It's something that has always been with us, something that we haven't been able to completely work through in this life cycle yet. But you have the ability to do it. You've got this ace that's helping you. You've got this emperor who says that you've got the power to do it because he's there with you. You've got this one that says obviously you do need a choice to make. And I think this fear of losing money goes a lot with this devil card because he wants to tempt you and bring fear into your life. So it's important to recognize that with the devil card, you need to focus on that which is going to bring you the highest good. That's the decision to be made. What is your passion? What is going to bring you forward into the future you want through your highest path, instead of just taking the easy way out, which some people do because they think it's easier and they can still get what they want, but they often get into trouble that way, and it's like the long way around. Instead of just taking, making the correct decision first and then having all of these abilities on your side, this ace and this emperor on your side, and you've got blissfulness and the judgment card. You've got so many opportunities around you right now. There's just this underlying feeling of not getting along with people, or not feeling honored, not feeling respected. Maybe that's it. You're not feeling respected right now, and you'll need to call on the strength of these cards in order to bring you to that emperor, bring you to that place of stability. Now I like to pull a couple more cards to see if it gives us any more information. We've got the Hierophant, Two of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay, I'm going to start with the Two of Pentacles because that is very closely related to the Four of Pentacles here, this fear of money. And this is balancing finances. He's on like a teeter-totter, and he's balancing his coins. So once you can figure out, maybe that's part of the decision that needs to be made. Once you figure out how to balance those finances, bring some spirituality and a routine in your life. That the Hierophant is all about a spiritual routine, no matter what affiliation you are or not, whether it be just doing yoga or meditation, whatever it is that you do that brings you peace, do that, and that's going to help bring you into balance that way. And then the Sun is the most expansive card you can get. It's like they're in this field of sunflowers under the shining sun. They're all three aspects of the goddess here, the mother, maiden, and crone, and just shows the fullness of life is in this card, and the abundance, and it's about community too, about being able to use the energy and the power and creativity and love that is represented by the sun and the light into the community as well as into your own heart. So it looks like you're working through some fear. You've got some fearful cards. You've got some disruptive energy going on right now. These cards all represent disruptive, fearful energy, but with the Sun and this Ace and the Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor, your future looks good. This looks like it's just a decision to move forward to your passion, and all of these gifts will be yours at the end of that. Now, I hope that resonates with some of you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time. Blessed be.